Baylor football coach Dave Aranda with me, Sikkim 365 Radio, 365 Sports. So I'm watching that thing go down, and I'm like, how am I going to handle this with Coach Aranda on Monday? 21-0, 28-7, 35-7. How did you keep belief? How do you as a coach keep belief that you could come back from such a deficit?
Appreciate that. It was every play we'd have, 9 guys do the right thing, 2 guys do the wrong thing, 10 guys do the right thing, 1 guy do the wrong thing. And you could just see that we weren't ourselves. And so it wasn't so much that. It was like, let's just be us. And, we keep saying this practice thing to the game thing, and it's happening again. And then it just gets to be where it's you want to put your fist up to the air and just yell out like a primal scream. It gets to that point where it's like, dude, come on. And so just, not doing that, but trying to continue to get guys to settle down and see what they see and get their eyes on their keys and go through their progressions and slow it down, and so we just kept, there's 8 guys doing the right thing, then there's 9 guys, then there's 10 guys, and at the end we're able to get 11.
You, at the end of the game, in the post game, I believe you said you were happy for the players, for the coaches, for Baylor Athletics. You didn't say for Dave Aranda.
Right.
Why not?
I feel empty, we on Sundays we have a family dinner, so we have the coaches' families, their kids. We have a fair amount of young coaches, so there's just babies everywhere up here. And then we have all of our different departments are still here, so recruiting and everyone's here. So we all meet in this players' lounge, and there's food and everything. And so this was after the Texas game. The families are coming up, and I'm walking to greet them. And as I walk to greet them, a couple of them had put their eyes down and then brought their eyes back up. So that just makes me feel horrible, And so I'm thankful for the win for them.
After the LSU National Championship, you had some sort of a quote that said you were empty. You're like, is this all there is to it, or is this it? And that you wanted something new. Are you enjoying this?
I am, yeah. I look at like a Monaray Baldwin. I look at, I look at the growth with Monaray, and he is a transformed person, and he's a transformed player. And, talking to our coaches, in order for us to teach them, we have to reach them, man, and that's a lot of work. And, but it means everything, and that's the most important thing. And you look at like a Matt Jones, and just the 2 games that he's put in back-to-back, and this game in particular is an amazing game, and he's just getting better and better and better. And so there's just guys that have just totally just transformed their lives, and just their way of doing things, and it's just so cool. And so seeing that is really cool. It helps that you win.
The high school coach at Shoemakers, Toby Foreman, Coach, and I sent him a text a couple of hours after the game that said it was great to see Monaray produce and play. And he said, well, the reason he hasn't been was Monterey's fault. And you had kind of brought up some immaturity factor or whatever. What has he done differently? And by the way, he also said, Toby said, and I love the way Dave Aranda handles his football team and what he demands from the players.
I appreciate that. I give Dallas Baker has been amazing, and he continues to be. I just, if my son Ronan were to play and he plays receiver, I would want him to play for Dallas. But I think with Monaray, you end up having to make a decision. You have to make the decision and I think what we can do as coaches is accept you as you are, and love you as you are. And then I think you have to believe that. And then once you believe that, then it's crazy how once that happens, there's a willingness to change once you're kind of accepted. And I think that happened. And usually, you have to go down before you go up. And that's been the journey with Monaray, and that's been the journey with a few other folks, and, myself included. And so I just think that guys sticking together while we're doing all that is usually the things that you remember when all of this is kind of long gone.
You lost your voice?
Yeah.
Is that from trying to scream all your way back from 35-7, or just sometimes it's going to happen 2 or 3 times in the year?
No, I thought there's fight throughout. We blocked the field goal, and there's those are the things. I think at the end of the game, it's cool to see. But when you're fighting, when it's just you and there's no one else, that's when it's pretty cool.
Blake Shapen, I thought everyone can look at everything he did. One, get back on the field, but there was the run at the end of the game that was on 3rd and 7, and he got smashed from both sides. I'm surprised he didn't cough up the football. There was the run, I think, against Texas State when he got smashed, and that's maybe not what he would have done last year. You've brought up the leadership throughout the offseason. How much of a difference does he make?
It's huge. Yeah, he spoke to the team Friday night. And so, we have a team meeting Friday night, and he spoke and was just really strong. I mean, full attention, eyes were on him, and was really direct. And I don't know. I should probably have him speak more. And so, he was on it. And, it's one of those things to where Blake has been, we've talked about guys that have gone down and come back up. And so Blake has made that journey. And so he knows, all that goes into these wins, and just how hard it is to win, and how much you have to sacrifice, and just all of it. And I think, to be honest, I think we have some young players that learned that Saturday, and we've been trying to teach them that. And I think Blake's a great example of what it looks like. And I just know his play just motivated so many people. I mean, his words on Friday and throughout the summer were something, but his play on Saturday is a whole other thing. And I think together, just what a great leader we're having right now.
It would be different if you had lost or made a comeback and still lost, or they kicked a field goal. But does 36-35 erase the warts, the blemishes, all of that? And does that mean the players understand they got pretty fortunate, but they earned the way to come back and win the game?
Yes, yeah, it doesn't erase any of it. I think, or I know we have to be way better. And just I think we were talking just a while ago about setting edges in the very first play of the game, and just those things. We cannot live that way. And right now we're living like that too much. And, it's big on us for coaches to find a way. If we keep doing these same things and we get these same results, then it's on us. And we have to find a better way to get across what we need to get across. And it could be playing different guys. It could be teaching in a different way. We're looking at all of those right now. It is a critical time. This is a critical game.
Texas Tech, Joey McGuire, lots of your former staff are with them, Baylor staff with them. Is this an awkward meeting, or is this an awkward series now?
No. I've got a lot of respect for Joey. I've got respect for the staff, their friends, and then a lot of the players I know over there too. And so, it's one of those things where I want them to do well. I want to see them be happy and have success, and they're good dudes, and I'm happy that they have an opportunity to do the things they want to do and how they want to do it and all that. Not this week, not this week.
Dave, how do you motivate with a personality that we've discussed before, which is not yell and scream and jump on stuff, and how do you think you motivate?
I appreciate that. The staff and the players have to feel that I care, and I do care, and so I have to make it be known to them that it's real, and that I see, I think when, for example, if someone does something good, generally people notice it and they say something. When someone does something bad, generally they notice it and they criticize it. So right there's the ability to see, hey, here's someone that's trying. here's someone that's taking the coaching and is trying to get something right, but is struggling with it. And in his mind, it's a tug of war of, should I just do what I want to do, or should I try to what these coaches are saying and I don't get it and all. And like, you have to pay attention to that and notice that and get to wherever that level is. And then if you can sit with that player there, then you can build him up. And then he sees that he's seen, and he's not by himself. And then I think what ends up happening is he starts playing for you because you're with him. And so that whole thing's the thing. And it takes, interest and time and all of it. But I feel like we have that on this team. And so I don't know. I've always done that, though. So it's just transferred over to now this role.
Dave Aranda, Baylor football coach, Texas Tech on Saturday night. This is 365 Sports.